Yes, those incentives. And I already talked a little bit about some of those great incentives, but we also have
フロス
some
トファタールズ
truly
2026をジャパニーズリストリームでお楽しみの皆様、おはようございます。引き続き司会三カシギが担当させていただきます。続いてのタイトル、ミューズダッシュ。こちらカテゴリーがワンハンデッドショーケース、奏者はソウルマス、2183でいいかなです。まあちょっとカテゴリーを見る感じね、片手でプレイされるとこのことなので、ここからそうですね、音ゲーゾーンということで、ミューズダッシュ、グルーブコースター、ワイワイパーティー。この次も音ゲーなんですか？面白い。この、ミューズダッシュとグルーブコースター、ワイワイパーティー、こちら2つ音ゲーが続く形となりますので、引き続きお楽しみいただければと思いますので、よろしくお願いいたします。そしてこの後も引き続き、ずっと会室の方がしばらくいない状態でございますので、もしゲームプレイしたことがあるよ、わかるよという方いらっしゃいましたら、ぜひですね、ちょっと一旦今回のイベントはちょっと今までと条件が異なるのでご確認はいただきたいんですけれども、ご視力ご確認の上応募いただけますと非常に幸いでございますので、何卒よろしくお願いいたします。またチャットでね、いろいろ教えていただけたりとか、あとは資料提供という形でね、ご連絡いただくことも可能でございますので、そちらも合わせて、ご検討いただければと思いますので、何卒よろしくお願いいたします。ニュースダッシュ、ちょっとやったことがあるんで、簡単に概要だけお話しさせていただければと思うんですけど、なんか、レーンが増えた太鼓の達人みたいな感じでいいんじゃないでしょうか。太鼓の達人をちょっとご存じない方的には難しいかもなんですけど、音ゲー右から左にね、ノーツ叩く判定がやってくる音ゲーって感じなので、普通よね。で、2レーンあるので、上と下に分かれてて、障害物があったりとかするので、それを受けつつ音楽に合わせて、ノリノリでノーツを叩いていこうというゲームなんですけれども、今回寄付額が一定を達成しました場合、特に、ゲーム内でも特に難しい部類に入る追加楽曲を、一番難しい難易度感で片手だけでプレイしますよというような内容も、予定されておりますので、こちらもお楽しみにしていただければと思います。by Soulmass218 and chat if you could maybe clap with one hand. ミュートダッシュは楽曲が本当に多くてね、いろんなゲームとコラボもしてるので、もしかしたら知ってるね曲がいくつか入ってる可能性もあったりとかするかもなので。画面来ましたね。左側にね、ウマ娘のやつが見えてますね。今回は片手でプレイするということで、基本多分ミューズダッシュプレイする人、基本的に多分両手でやると思うんですけど、片手で今回はプレイされる。サイタスっていうゲームとのコラボ曲ですね。私ちょっとやったことないんであんま詳しくないんですけど。グッドラック。
Hey, hi, hello, I'm Big Scared. I'm here to help Lux talk about MuseDash because, plot twist, we are both moderators for the speedrun board for MuseDash. You might be asking yourself, a rhythm game with a speedrun? Yes, it exists and you too can join us. There are so many categories. Today we're just showing off some fantastic tracks with one-handed gameplay, and I do want to be very clear, no, this is not the way the game is meant to be played. There are ways that we can achieve this through gameplay aside from simply doing what Lux is doing, and we'll get into those as we go. But the important part you should know right now, viewer, is that we have custom mapped the keyboard so that way this can be played one-handed. Muse-Dash is an incredible game because it has a wide variety of accessibility features, and custom mapping is the primary one that I sing about the most, because you can literally put any input on this game. And there are 2 channels of inputs you need, the top track and the bottom. You can have up to 8 inputs for each of these tracks. So don't worry, you can map a one-handed input on top of your two-handed input on top of your controller inputs and still play Muse-Dash however you please. It is so cool.
I am truly vibing to this, but I do want to remind folks, while we are dancing and having a great time, we're also speedrunning, and we have, I don't know how much time, not much time, to hit this Unlock a Master 11 bonus song incentive. So when we do have a break, Big, I feel like you probably have a little bit more context to really sell that. Could you talk a little bit about that song?
Yeah, so Muse-Dash has difficulties that range from 1 to 12, and a Master 11 is one of the hardest tracks in the game. It is very rare to see a 12 listed at all. 11 is the most common, hardest difficulty you can get, and for context, Fireflies here is an 8. So we're going to see difficulty ramped up both in terms of speed, but in terms of precision and intensity. There's going to be, at some point, so many figures on this screen that it will be hard for an experienced player to keep up with, and Lux will be doing that one-handed if we can unlock this incentive. And how are we doing on that, by the way?
Thank you for asking. We are sitting at 655 of that 1250 needed. So as a reminder, chat, that is just under $600. So we're going to be in a little bit of a race with
だ
Lux
けで、
here.
サイタスとのコラボ曲ですね。Fireflies ファンクフィクションリミックスでした。
Yes, Jack. I want to see you doing it. We don't have much time. Probably only a few minutes in. We've only got 30 minutes left.
これはなんかあれみたいですね。サイタスからがね、水ダッシュにもキャラが追加され、サイタスのキャラが水ダッシュに追加されたりとかもしれるんですけど、なんかそのキャラの関連曲らしいですね。続いて、次のタイトルであるグルーブコースターとのコラボ曲、グルーブプレイヤー。
Yeah, Muse-Dash has a wide variety of collaborations with other rhythm games. And the fun thing about the relationship specifically between Groove Coaster and Muse-Dash is that it is reciprocal. There are Muse-Dash tracks in Groove Coaster YY Party, and there are also Groove Coaster tracks here in Muse-Dash. We're playing as Navigator Yume, which is a character from YY Party. Yume's specific ability is technically banned for the speedrun, so Lux is using an elfin known as Silencer. You'll notice the secondary character floating above them. And the reason why Yume is banned in the speedrun unless you are using Silencer is because her special ability is to break the saw blades. The saw blades are a primary mechanism for achieving difficulty in this game, and so to usurp the entire mechanism and make the game trivial is a powerful skill. That being said, Yume is one of the cutest collaboration muses. She absolutely is integrated with this level, which is the Groove Coaster track, and I think she is a phenomenal place to start in terms of collaboration content.
I feel like collaborations are one of the coolest parts of rhythm games. I love seeing crossovers. But Chad, did you know that this is actually like a co-op run? Because you can collaborate with all of us by extending this rhythm block, just like Heroes did with the $10 donation to the National Women's Law Center. It's rhythm game time! How can you not love rhythm game showcases, especially if you make them last longer? I agree.
I agree too. I would love to see us extend Rhythm Block as long as we can, because there is one thing I know is that we have the power of anime on our side here, gamers.
フルコンボですね、さすが。こ
And
ちら、なんか、ジョイサウンドでカラオケ配信されてる曲らしいですね。
Star, you got a dono while I'm taking a sip?
そうですね、
Oh yeah, yeah.
なんか
we
耳
have
の、
$50
耳
from Muriel.
耳のとこにグル
No
コスのアイ
comment.
コン
As
が
well
あ
as
って、
$20 from Spirit Autumn
かわいいです
Song.
ね。
No comment.
曲だけじゃ
$50
な
from
くて、
RZA. No
操作キャ
comment.
ラ、操作キャラとかも、コラボでね、
No comment. You know what?
実装
You
されて
don't
いるの
have
で、
to
その
leave
あ
a
たりも
comment
楽し
because
い
you
です
know
ね。
what? All of those are making the
ち
number
なみ
go
に、
up. Just like Lux is making
右ボタ
score
ンで
go up.
下の
Sure, we love
下
big
のノー
numbies.
ツを、左ボタン
Another
で
big numbie I
上
want
の
to
ノー
see
ツを
is
多分
that
叩いてる
incentive.
感
Remember,
じ。
we only have
なので結構
$570
忙しかっ
remaining,
たりとか
and
す
that's
る
not a
の
big
で、
numbie.
その
We
あ
can
たり
do
のね、お
this.
手手の動きも一緒に見ながら楽しんで
I
いた
agree,
だけ
Chad.
れ
We
ば
can
と
do
思いま
this.
す。
I believe in you. Also, hot drinks really get me going.
続いて、
This is the next track. It's a song called Party in the Hollywood by
カズ
Tapazaway.
さんの曲だ。
It's got Nanahira on vocals, which I know Big loves. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. It's
パ
really
ー
fun.
ティー・イン・ザ・ハロウッド。
Also, shout out to these custom Fatales screens, the art team that has really worked their butts off for this, so thank you.
Yes, thank you specifically to LLK. LLK made some cool stuff for this. So I hope you all enjoy seeing my loading screens.
Hey, you know, one way to get a few more loading screens is to add another song. Just saying, chat.
It's true, we get to see all that beautiful LLK art. Now, Nana here is an interesting mention. It is one of our artist percent categories because there are enough Nanahira songs in the game to make an entire category of just Nanahira. The same is true of Tapazaway. So the fact that this is a double dipper for 2 potential speedrun categories you could be doing right now, chat. I hope you are enticed. I hope you are enthused and enthralled for Muse Dash. Some other populars are Noma, Usao. We have all sorts of different varieties of like bundles of artists that we have put together as speedruns. And that's not even taking into account the fact that we have categories oriented around different variations of gameplay, which we'll get into in a little bit too.
I think you were listing off a bunch of different artists, and I apologize for cutting you off, but I want to know, do you have a favorite of all those that you listed?
Oh, my favorite is gonna be Noma. I'm a sicko for brain power. If you play rhythm games at all, you know the song I'm talking about. I've seen chat pop off about it a few times. I think that one is my favorite.
Nice. Yeah, you know what? I don't know Muse Dash as well as I should. And maybe, chat, you could help me out with a donation comment telling me about what your favorite artist is from Muse Dash, or maybe in your own favorite rhythm game. I would love to learn more.
Yes, please tell us what your favorite tracks and artists are. Is there a category you'd like to see? Hit us all with that information and donations. We would love to hear it. I mentioned that there are a wide variety of collabs. In the last track, Lux was using Silencer to negate the power of a collab character. On this track, Lux is using a collab character as an elfin in order to boost their power. You'll notice the cute little birdie. That's Dr. Page from Rhythm Doctor as a little birdie because reasons. But what Dr. Page does is for every 7 perfect notes you get 7 points of health back. So if you miss notes and you take damage, Dr. Page can help you a lot in survival.
Yes, and I mainly chose Dr. Page for survival in this showcase, just in case things get a little spicy in the hardest songs at the end. And yeah, this is a good spot to throw in a couple more donos, Star. I'm going to take another sippy.
Yeah, you enjoy that, Sippy, because I'm enjoying these donations. We have
というわけで、
$10
パ
for
トライト
Louis
さん、
with
コンポーザ
the
ーの
comment. Thanks for
による、
showcasing this
パーティー・イン・ザ・ハロ
one of
ー
these hands.
ホ
One
ロ
of
ウ
my
ッド
hands
か。
was hurt, so it's easy to
フ
feel
ィト
like
ナ
I
ナヒ
can't
ラさ
speedrun
んで
most
すね。
games. Seeing such
これは
custom
ミュージック快
accessibility
楽
means
店
a
に入っ
lot
てる
less than
曲だ
3.
から、
I
まあ、
actually
なん
lost
だろう、
control
いろ
or
んな、
lost use of my left hand for a long time. So
いろ
shout
ん
out
な
to the SB for being
曲
easy
実
to
装
use
してる系な
one-handed.
ので、コラ
But
ボ
it's
と
not
かでは
about
な
me,
く、
it's
完
about
全にミ
you
ュ
and
ージ
your
だけに
amazing
収録って
performance,
感じ
and
ですね。
people are loving it like Ash. who donated $50, gotta donate
こ
to
の辺
Extend
の
Rhythm
種類の
Block. I
区別
agree.
あんまつい
And
てないんですけども。
$15 from Murph that says, always love to see rhythm games done quick. Keep moving and grooving and raising money for a great cause. Less than
続い
3.
て、
Thank you so much for those donations. And again,
レ
keep
ベ
on
ル
sending donations to that
2373 だ
bonus
ってす
episode.
ごい
I
な。
want to make sure we get that unlocked and we can show it off for you all. Next song is another one of my favorites. They're all going to be one of my favorites, chat. But this one in particular, I want to let you all know that I'm going to be opening up the mosh pit for this one. So I'm going to need half of chat to go to the left side of the room and the other half of chat to go to the right side of the room. And when Big tells you to meet in the center, you're going to open up that pit.
Oh, I hope you're so ready to get Baja Blast in chat because Barry Go is one of the hypest songs in this game. It has no right to go as hard as it does. And I want to thank the charter here in particular. Howard Y, if you have at any point encountered me playing or talking about this game, you know how much I love to talk about Howard Y because he is a menace, and I say that affectionately. But this chart is immaculate, and it's a perfect highlight of the skills he brings to the table. It's the perfect use of saw blades, doubles, triples, quads, overlapping ghost notes. Open up that pit, gamers. It's time.
And folks, we are about a third of the way through the estimate. Lux has already said that we are going to be right on time. So we need to be doing our part to make this Unlock Master 11 bonus song happen. I want to see that. I want Rhythm Block to keep going. So let's keep jamming. You know, we got one hand hitting the dance emote. The other hand could be going to gdq.gg/donate or using our charity tool extension. Either way, we can make this happen. Let's see it.
Oh, I love this part. The drop is so stanky.
I love that the drop came like right as I was just standing off. It's like we're just grooving together.
And that's the beauty of Muse Dash, is we get these fantastic songs with incredible energy, and then the breakdown will just be a complete shift into a different musical genre, and it comes back just as hard as it was when it started.
All right.
With
I hope
the
y'all
S
really-
score? How
で
dare
で
Y'all
you?
really enjoying this,
下
chat.
はベリーウォー
We're
って
gonna
い
break
う
it up a little bit here.
DMS っていうのビートマニア風のゲーの大会の方ので割といい感じのショーを見てためっちゃ懐かしい曲ですね。これは
Yes, Toho
見てなかったよ
gameplay is absolutely fantastic because not only do you get 4 completely different
Oh,
collaboration
Toho のやつか。
packs, you get 2 different muses with unique gameplay in that they can hover on a track that you put them on. So it's a singular input that would put Reimu on the top until you move her otherwise. But then we also get these fantastic bullet segments where the game changes fundamentally. Your inputs are not about knocking back enemies. It is simply about survival
こ
and
れはなん
dodging.
か
And so some of these
ノー
tracks
ツで
have
叩かないん
multiple
ですね。
hidden
めっ
sheets.
ちゃ
Some
受
of
け
them
る。
have hidden Master 11s and 12s in addition to this
Okay.
bullet hell mode. It is,
まあ
I
元が
underselling
シュ
how
ーティングゲームだ
cool
から
this
そういう
is.
ことなんでしょうか。
Because when you get into some of the more complex Toho levels, the effects, they go sicko mode, chat. Absolute sicko mode.
All right, well, we are dodging. I want to challenge chat to start donating. I want to see so many donations. I can't even dodge them because I'm going to try to, dodge and weave around some of these amazing and truly wonderful and generous anonymous donations. So I'm going to pop ahead and dodge and weave because we have $20 or $25 from Anonymous, $50 from Anonymous, another $25 from Anonymous, one more $25, and all right, get out of the way of this like super long, multiple mash through because we also have $200 from Anonymous. Y'all are rocking it, and we are getting closer and closer to that incentive. Chat, I believe in you. Let's do this.
Yo, thank you, Anonymous.
Yeah, they're so nice. You ever think about that?
Anonymous carrying us all to the goal on their shoulders like the true champion they are.
Also, I don't need spell cards or an elephant for this. We're just gonna go through the song without it.
So spell cards in this context would be the bomb mechanic that would otherwise destroy every missile on the screen. Because Lux is that good, they're not using it. It is absurd the amount of skill being on display right now, because I can't do these levels without doing the bomb, and it is my favorite type of run for this game. And they're doing it one-handed.
We do have donations rolling in, so I'm gonna keep being dodging these and rocking
Hit us
out,
with them.
because we have $200 from the Untimely Doom, $25 from I Am Given, $25 from Sailor Jade, and I'm gonna get a little quiet because the track is quiet. $15 from Rocket Horse. All of you are absolutely wonderful, just like Lux, as we're getting ready to keep getting closer to that incentive.
And how close are we?
We have exactly $475 to go. So,
oh, that's nothing, chat. Come on, let's get this in there.
Exactly. You know who's helping us get there? $20 from Willow with the comment, I mean, I get to support a great cause, get more amazing music, and yell about my amazing friend while they chat with another one of my amazing friends? You can. Love you, Lux, and Big, let's heckin' go. Willow,
thank you so much,
thank you heckin' much.
This is the 89's momentum. This song is an absolute bop, chat. Let's get dancing.
結構いろんな
Yeah, my internet just hiccuped.
音ゲーム入ってますね。
Thank you. It has stabilized. Sorry. Perfect, thank you.
And as a reminder, we still want to see all of your favorite rhythm game songs or composers or just your favorite rhythm game in general. I love rhythm games, but you know, I feel like I'm a bit of a casual rhythm game fan. And yeah, you're way smarter than me, so maybe you could teach me a thing or two about some of your favorite rhythm games. Anything you can do and add to that incentive helps us get closer and, you know, keeps Rhythm Block bopping.
That's so true. Something fun about Mustache that you might not know is that each of the different levels, stage designs are oriented around genres of music. So this particular level that we're on here is most highly associated with things that use jazz or classical influences as their core structure. More often than not, you'll see levels that use a lot of doubles and triplets, and also the particular type of flow where you go from alternating from top to bottom, top to bottom. I really like these types of tracks. It makes me feel like I'm playing the piano.
And just a quick update, we are $450 away from that incentive.
よくほんまに指回るなーって感じなんですよね。こんがらがるんですよね、指が。両手ですら。なのに片手でちゃんと押せてるのはほんまにすごいですね。
We are moving, and every one of you is helping us get there. So remember, get in there, !donate, or use our charity extension. And you have to hit that add incentive button, so make sure you do that or authorize that extension.
そうです
Let's
ね。
do
ト
this. I
ー
want
ス
to
フィア
read
っ
more
ていう別
amazing
のゲームのオ
donations,
リジナ
but
ル
I
楽
also
曲
want to see
の
more
佳
rhythm
作、受
block.
賞作品なんですけ
Absolutely,
ど、
we want to see
まあ、
more.
サイタ
And
ス
I
に移
want you
植
in
さ
a
れ
secret
てか
chat.
ら、
This
い
showcase,
ろ
I
んなゲ
only
ームに
have 1, 2, 3, 4
移植さ
songs
れ
left
て
in
い
it.
る
So you
み
don't
た
have
い
much time
で
left
す
to get
な。
those donations in. Get them in now. And I want to call out all of you Hatsune Miku fans right now to get those donations in, because it is time for a Miku song. Let's go.
True.
続いてはデコニーナさんのね、
Not only do we have
ヴァン
one
パイアという
Miku
めっちゃ有
DLC,
名
we
な
have
ボカロ
two
曲ですね。
bangers of Miku DLCs in this game.
ミクちゃん、かわい
Okay,
い。
how many Miku fans do I have in chat? Because I feel like we could maybe get a $5 Miku donation train. I would love to see that, and we just might get that incentive. Can we get enough donations to summon a Miku Miku beam?
Would love to see it. I mentioned earlier that there were ways within the game to utilize a one-handed playstyle. Well, enter Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku is an accessibility-focused character. Her native ability as a muse in this game is to let you use any input you want, anything. As long as it's bound to the game, it will do any track simultaneously. So Hatsune Miku is a really cool exception to the normal gameplay. She is very inviting and approachable. I also want to point out that the elfin floating in the left above Miku is the Neon Abyss elfin. Its unique ability is to cycle through 3 different presets. It'll turn back into the egg in between the presets, but each one has a unique score modifier. Some of them do more precision, some of them do score boosting for certain types of knockbacks. So for example, if you were to hit the Gemini note, the one that's on the top and the bottom, I think the ninja looking one would give you a boost on that one. This one is just generally a high score boost, and combined with Miku, this is a very powerful couple because you get inputs that are read regardless of which input you're putting in, with score modification on top of it.
Well, you know who's also powerful, chat, because we have less than $400 to go on that incentive. Thank you so much. I'm waiting to see some train tickets, but right now I'm jamming and Cece's also jamming. He gave us $10 to National Women's Law Center, simply saying they're jamming.
I love that.
Heck yeah, I love seeing all those Miku's emotes in chat. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
All right,
curious, what's everyone's favorite Miku song? That would be a fantastic donation.
I've got 3 songs left. Star, you got anything you want to say while I take another sippy?
Ooh, yeah. We can make that happen. So as a reminder, we have $390 left. We are so very close. And I think, you know what? If we got three songs left, let's try to get those train tickets in by the end of this upcoming song. Again, I would love to hear
冒頭
your
画面のね
favorite song.
イラスト
And
が
just to give you
通
something
常は水ダッ
to
シュ
rock
とか
out
の
to,
で出すんですけど、今回は
$55
あれですね、
from Adorable that
フロス
says,
ト型、
"Hey,
フレーム
cute
ハタル
chat,
ズ
trans rights, and
関
gay
係の
women
イラストに
love a good trans rights
あり
donut."
がとうございます。
Thank you so much. All right, let's get it going. The rest of these songs are Master 10s.
部
So
活
this is just a taste of how
初
hard
め
the
て、
game can get, but nowhere near as hard as that Master 11 song.
初めて見ましたね、これ。
Oh, Master 10. What can I say about you? This is typically where a lot of people cap out in terms of skill difficulty. This is where I am personally most comfortable. This is my cozy land. I don't like to play levels that are harder than this. So to see a 10 played in the middle of a one-handed showcase to me feels like the ultimate swag because there's only more skill to show off from here. I want to point out that this is another Howard Y track. Howard is very much known for things like putting notes on top of saw blades and hold notes and mallets all over the place, and we can really see that on display here. And we can definitely see the difference between this and the previous track, which was only an 8. So we see the intensity ramping up, we see the speed, we see the density of the track really solidifying here. We see way more simultaneous inputs than we would otherwise. There's more ghost notes, which can be layered on top of the other notes so that they're extra sneaky in addition to disappearing. And then we have this boss character that's just yeeting so many things at us to deflect that it is a lot to parse at once. So to see this done at this level of skill is so impressive.
All right, Lux, we're going to make this a little bit harder. We are getting there. We have $380 to go on this showcase. And Jen is helping us out with a $50 donation in the National Women's Law Center. Lux, I'm not about to sincere post and tell you how wonderful you are and how you've been a stalwart member of the Games Committee, how much I appreciate you and everything you've done for Fatales. I'm just not going to do it. So instead, I'll say, let's slap them up. See, I didn't know if you were going to laugh or cry. You know, it's just added difficulty. But chat's doing their best to keep up. I have $5 from MC Dog 3. I love watching rhythm blocks at every GDQ. I've been charting for Guitar Hero since 2006. That's 20 years. Crumbles into dust. I had to make sure I really put some emphasis on crumbling into dust because I feel like I am crumbling into dust. But you know what would save me? A few more donations. We're getting close. And I just want to sneak in one more while you take a sippy. I have $5.39 from MC that says, my favorite rhythm game is Hatsune Miku Project Diva Megamix. I've seen that in the arcades. It always looks really cool. Which I actually found from Fatales, from a Fatales run a few years ago. So thank you, Fatales, for always introducing me to new rhythm games. I agree. I will say I knew about Muse Dash. I really started looking up Muse Dash because of Fatales, and I love Rhythm Block. That's why I'm so happy to be here. And chat, I just want to see Rhythm Block keep going. So I know you can do it. We are so close. Keep on donating.
This is the last push, chat. We only got these last 2 songs yet, and
これ
they're not very
水ダ
long
ッシュの
songs. Let's go.
書き下ろし曲なんですね。
Let's go. This particular track is by an artist known as Ebimayo. I might be
結構
saying
有
that
名
wrong,
な
but
グ
they
ッ
are
ド
one of
ワー
our
ルドっていう
popular
人の
artists,
続編
and
だし
they have a unique category. This particular track is part of the April Fool's update from last year. Yes, this game does annual April Fool's updates, and it's often where they introduce new graphical changes to the game. April Fool's is a time of the year that folks who enjoy this game often look to with a double-edged sword, because you will get some really unique stuff and you will also get absolutely trolled. So please, if you are sensitive to visual effects, this is probably the one to take care of yourself the most through. Because as you can see, we are getting some of those very fun April Fool's special effects on the track. Also say, as one of the accessibility measures for this game, you can turn down the amount of visual effects in this game. I would like to point out that this is that state. It only gets more visually intensive from here. So if you're like, no, I'm gonna cheese the game and turn them off, you can't do that. I'm very sorry. We invite that challenge as part of the level here. I love this. The ghost notes into the fading track, into the doubles. This is so stinky. And it really showcases like the versatility of the 10 difficulty and the various ways that you can get there. We just saw Howard's approach with the saw blades and the intensity. This one achieves the same difficulty by relying on visual effects.
love how hyped this has all been. There's so many effects. This is so hard to follow, but chat, I really want the opportunity to pop off. We are running out of time, and I really want to see more of this game. This has been such an amazing showcase, and I do not want it to end. So chat, please give me something to pop off for.
Yeah, chat, there's only one song left. It's a straight banger, and it is not very long. It's very difficult, though, I will tell you that. And it's still not as difficult as the track that we need to unlock. So get those donations in right now. This is your last chance.
Yes, that is a reminder. !donate. That's gdq.gg/donate or our Twitch extension, the charity extension tool. You have to make sure that that incentive is added, so you have to either authorize the extension or make sure when you are donating on our donation page, just scroll down and hit that button for add incentive. We have one song left. The gauntlet is thrown. Chat, I want to see you hit this. I know you can hit this. We have done miracles before, and you know what? I want to be here for that miracle. Lux, I think you're ready to go into the song, and I'm just ready to get showered in donations.
Let's go. This is a Master 10, Freedom Dive. I did not think I would ever play this song with one hand, but here we are. Let's go.
Oh, everyone rise for the national anthem. Rhythm gangers, stand up for Freedom Dive. You already know what to do. This particular track,
この曲は
you'll notice it's also a Master 10. It has a hidden
入
12.
ってたんですね。
That is
まあ超大人気
by far
楽
one of the
曲なんです
hardest
けれ
songs
ど
in
も、
the
いろんな
entire
とこ
game.
ろで。
The 10 still stands on that same shelf in being one of the hardest 10s. Not necessarily because of visual effects or because of things like saw blades, but
難し
because
い
of sheer
曲
density and endurance.
なんですよ
We get a
ね。
little reprieve right here.
難
But as soon
しい
as
曲
this
になり
drop
がちな曲。
hits, it's gonna be a non-stop onslaught of
なんかでも
inputs. And Lux is
思
gonna
っ
have to
たよ
do
り
it
お
all
とな
with
し
one
めの譜
hand.
面では
You'll notice the timer at the top, gamers. That is the amount of time
そう
we
です
have
そうです。い
left
ろ
in
ん
the
なね、音
showcase.
ゲ
When
ー
the
で
bar hits the
も
right-hand
うバ
side
カ
of the
みたいな
screen,
難しい譜
that
面
is
と
the
して
cutoff
実
for the
装されている
incentive.
曲
So
なんで
get
す
your
けど、
donations in, sickos. We want to see this happen.
思ったより今のとこ
Well,
ろお
the
となしそうです
onslaught
ね。
of donations is coming in, and chat is rising to the occasion. Oh my god!
片
We
鱗
did
が
it!
若干、
Holy moly!
片鱗が若干、
Let's go! I didn't even get a chance to really do it. I'm sorry. I'm at a loss of words. Thank you so much. I'm gonna call out a few wonderful donations that helped get us here while I'm bopping my head because I have $50 from Sin Spitter X that says, "Let's get that incentive met." We did. Proud of you, Lux. You are absolutely killing it. Less than 3. I also have $5 from Birdie39. I love rhythm games. I love you, Hatsune Miku. And you know what, donator? I love you. I also have $30 from Anonymous. I couldn't watch this 10 and not wonder what an 11 would look like. Please, can we see a Master 11 bonus song? And thanks to your wonderful donations, we are going to see that bonus song. I also have $25 from BD that said, Bongus game?
Longest game unlocked.
Longest
Thank you all
game.
so much for those donations. Also, this is really hard.
The sheer power of Freedom Drive. Incredible.
That is a workout
いや
for
ー
your
よ
fingers,
く知らないなー。そういうキャラとか妖精使ってんのかなこれ。ちょっと私あんまりキャラ
Maybe
と
while
エ
you're
ルフだっけ
giving your
詳しくないんで
fingers
あれな
a
んですけど。
break, I can call out the donations that helped get us over the line.
Absolutely.
あ、これ、まあ、おとなしめやな、みたいな話言ってたら、あれみたいですね。もう一個上の、なんか難易度があるみたいですね。
reeling from that, and maybe it's just me. That was absolutely wonderful. But you know what is absolutely wonderful? The donations that got us over the line. I have $130 from Anonymous with no comment. And I have a $250 from Anonymous with, I feel like, a truly appropriate comment of trans rights. I love to be able to say that, especially as we are hitting an incentive and chat. That is
私はちょっ
not
と
the
ひよ
only
こ音ゲーマーなん
incentive.
で、
we absolutely crushed the assignment. But Chad, you have one
あま
more
りジョイソン
assignment
のお
as
話
a
はわから
part
ない
of
んです
Rhythm
けど、
Block.
まあまあ
We're
まあ、
getting a little bit of an
感想
encore
するだ
here
けな
with
らあ
our
んまりそん
Master
な言うて
11
みたいなお
bonus song.
話は伺いま
But
すね。
there is
確か
also
に。
an encore for Groove Coaster YY Party. So let's get things geared up and ready for that because I want to see that bonus set list of 3 extra songs of well-known favorites, and that's going to
ちょっ
be
と、
at the end of the run as an encore. And again, since we know that rhythm showcases move real fast, and we just got to the very end of this one, you know, you don't have a ton of time for that Groove Coaster. So let's keep grooving and share some love with Groove Coaster.
All right, let's get right into it. This is the song that you donated to see. This is very, very hard to do with one hand. This is a song called Ouroboros. It's on a lot of rhythm games, and in a lot of rhythm games, it is considered to be one of the hardest songs in the game. That's no difference here. This is very hard. Master 11. As you can see, even with 2 hands, I've only gotten 79%
これ
on
も
this
あれか、
accuracy.
BMS の曲。BMS はやっぱ BMS の曲が多いですね。
Let's start time in 3.
これは次のね、タイトルのグルーブコースターシナジーがあるみたいですね。
Also, yeah, these loading screens are sending me. I love it.
They're so good.
Okay,
I wanna
see if
point
you
out-
can read this chat. This chart is wild.
Yes, this is Howard Y in his element. We've seen 2
そう、これあ
previous
んま
tracks
知らないん
by
ですけど、
Howard,
こ
but I
れ
think
も
the
や
11s
ばい
and
系なんで
12s
す
are
か？
where he goes into sicko
まあ
mode,
曲
and
調
you're
がどう
about
考
to see
えてもね、
why.
やばそうな曲調し
Ouroboros
て
is a track
るん
I
ですけども。
personally avoid because I think it's a little stinky. And so the fact that Lux is doing this one-handed is absolutely flooring me. I'm gripping the arm of my chair. I can't believe this is happening right now. Thank you, chat, for making this happen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna yap more than I have to. Thank you again, chat.
笑ってまうわ。
All of those hammers. Oh.
Here's where it gets actually hard.
Yeah, you thought it was hard before. Wait for the drop. And tracks like this really showcase the power of Dr. Page as an elfin to keep you alive, keep you sustaining, keeping you pushing through to the end of the song. Because the density of the track really allows for that health recovery to play into factor.
Woo,
Absolutely
that is Ouroboros,
gaming.
everybody.
That was
is time.
amazing. Thank you so
わけで、
much.
GG。
Yes, thank you all so much for donating to that.
Want to see that result screen? Love to see it. Yeah, I
ま
couldn't
あ
even
今
begin
の
to think of
が
too
難
many
易度
but two-handed.
11だったから、
Lux, any
今のが
shout-outs?
ビットの曲だったのかしら。どうなんですかね。ちょ
Yeah,
っ
you
とあ
can
んま
find me
状
around the
況が把握
internet
で
as
きてない
Big
んです
Scared
け
or
ど。
I'm Big Scared with no spaces, punctuation, or other bells and whistles. I'm on the Twitch and other places. You can also find me over at Binary Breakers doing things. But I don't want to take up too much time because I'm so appreciative of you having me here, Lux. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank thank you for joining me, Big. And thank you
い
so
や
much again to the
ー、
Muse
よう
Dash
片
speedrun
手
community
で
as
や
well
り
as
ま
the
す
Muse
ね、
Dash
ほんま
modding
に。
community, without whom this wouldn't have been possible,
両
including
手
the
でも
mod
無
that
理なんですけどね、
allows for
これ
those
ね。
custom loading screens. Thank you again to LOK for that artwork. It was totally awesome to have that. Shoutouts to Binary Breakers, Power Up with Pride, the Clock Tower stream team, and of course, thank you all to
日々が絡ま
you
っちゃいますよ、
for
こんな
having me here and for being my home away from home. I've been in this community for a few years now, and it's been beautiful being around so many genuine, fun, and just amazing people. So thank you for being you. And stick around for Groove Coaster YY Party with Asuka424. Next, we are not done yet. Thank you so much, everybody. Until next time.
Thank you, everyone, and appreciate everyone for helping.
はい、というわけで、
Well,
ミューズダ
welcome
ッシ
in.
ュ、
My name is Dr. Hexadecimal, and you are tuned in to the science of speed running, the perception of probability.
失礼しました。
Chances are
というわけ
you've
で、ミュ
since
ーズ
come
ダッ
your way
シ
to
ュ、
success because of poor
カテ
RNG.
ゴ
So
リ
we're
ー
here to learn
100
about the
ショーケー
perception
ス、
of
操作は
probability.
ソウ
And
ル
with
マ
me
ス
today, I have
218さん
Dr.
でござい
Quack.
ました。
It's nice to be here, Dr. Hexadecimal. Thank you so
ぜ
much
ひ
for
ね、
having
ミューズ
me.
ダッシュ、とても面
I'm
白
here
い
to
ゲー
talk
ムな
about
の
the
で、
perception of
皆さんも
probability
遊んでみ
because
て
if
い
you've
ただ
ever
ければ
played a
と思い
game
ま
with
すので、
critical hits,
ぜひ
you
よろ
know
しくお願
that
いします。
sometimes what
腱鞘炎
RNG
は
dictates
なるん
and
で、
how RNG feels in your heart
筋
can be
肉をつけましょう。
radically,
筋肉をつ
radically
けると
different
腱鞘
things.
炎
So
に
I'd
は
actually
な
like
り
to
づらくな
start
り
today
ま
with
す。
a
お
little bit
す
of
す
an
めです。
experiment. Now we have a shuffled deck of playing cards on the table here. These have been
というわけで、引
pre-shuffled.
き続
I am
き、
not
フロ
about
ス
to
ト
do
フ
a
ァター
magic
ズ
trick. This is going to be pure
2026、この
guesswork,
後
but I'm
も
going to
続い
guess
て
as
まいり
many
ますの
cards
で、
in a row off of the deck
ジ
as
ャパニーズリスト
possible.
リームでお楽しみ
Alright,
いただ
so
け
we're
れ
going
ば
to
と思い
start
ま
here.
す。はい、
I'm
どうぞ、
going
こ
to
の
get
後
an
よろし
intuitive
くお
sense,
願い
and
い
we're
た
going to
し
go
ま
with
す。
the Queen of Hearts to start.
というわけで、ここまでの司会、ゆかしぎが担当させていただきました。明日も、あさってもあるか。あさってはちょっといいや。明日もまだ続きますし、その後も楽しんでいただければと思いますので、よろしくお願いします。それでは、皆様、この後のゲームの準備をしてまいりますので、一度失礼いたします。
It's
それではごきげん
technically
よ
possible
う。
that someone could do this, right?
Is it?
Technically,
Okay.
mathematically speaking, you could. However, we, even as gamers, have a somewhat intuitive sense of things that are so unlikely that they'd never be done. And for that, I actually want to shout out for the GDQ viewing audience, there is everyone's favorite, like, gaming statistician, science communicator. That would be, of course, Matt Parker. Now, Matt Parker is a math content creator who has this great concept called the 10 billion human second century. Are you
Okay.
familiar with that?
No, please tell us about it, Dr. Quack.
So basically, the idea is that everyone is doing something all the time. All the people on the planet, 10 billion people, are doing the same thing once a second, every second, for 100 years. That thing, maybe it's predicting the order of a deck of playing cards,
Okay.
will happen 30 million trillion times.
What?
That is 3 times 10 to the 19 times if you're a sicko.
Wow.
It's a lot of times. And we think of all these rare occurrences, right? Like a coin flip coming up heads 3 times in a row
Right.
as being kind of rare. Or I know we were talking that earlier today during Chrono Cross, Railcoon had some bad beats, missing some like 99% odds to hit multiple times in a row. But if 30 million trillion people are doing the thing,
Yeah.
do you know what the odds of those things happening are?
No.
Basically 1.
Wow.
It's basically guaranteed, right?
Okay.
But of course, that's just the bounds of like what a human being could theoretically do.
Okay.
My point here is unlikely events happen all the time.
Okay.
In the segment, PT referred to it as XCOM math, right? Because you play these tactic games and you get like 99%, and we feel like that's 100% odds.
Right,
We
right.
feel like that. But actually, 4 misses in a row on 99% isn't that unlikely.
Right.
Getting a full odds shiny and then another full odds shiny in a row isn't that unlikely. In order to truly stretch the human credulity,
Yeah.
3 times 10 to the 19th.
Okay.
You know how unlikely it would be if everyone on Earth was guessing the order of a deck of playing cards that long, that many times,
Oh my God, tell me.
it would still be 1 in a trillion odds that anyone ever got it right.
Wow, that is incredible. Science and math. I love that.
So later today, I am going to be running a game called Q Up.
Oh my God.
That is just probability incarnate, right? It is a
Yes.
game all about flipping coins.
Speaking of coins, we do have a very cool coin right here. With a minimum of $25 donation, you can earn the chance to win this coin, and it's really cool. It is literally one of one.
It is the Q Up coin from
The
the hit
Q Up
video
coin.
game Q Up. But so sometimes when you're playing Q Up, the coin will come up the same side 4 times in a row,
Sure.
5 times in a row.
Sure.
Luckiest I've ever seen, I got 10 Q sides in a row before.
Mm-hmm.
In order to stretch our credulity like this, in order to be impossible to be done by a human,
Okay.
do you know how often it would have to come up the same side over and over and over again?
How often?
And I hate that I'm saying this. The upper bound limit for number of coin flips in a row, as done by a human, is 67 times.
6, 7.
So what that means is if this coin comes up heads 66 times in a row, that still means my copy of Q Up is probably fair, probably balanced, and I'm probably good at the video game. I'm just getting very lucky. But if you disagree, and maybe you think you're built different, at the end of the Q Up run, if we hit that $80,000 milestone, you, chat, will have the opportunity to play IRL Q Up against me. Using this coin and 3 of my best friends, we will see who is truly the luckier one.
Wow. Wow, that is so cool. Chat, make sure to continue to donate to the National Women's Law Center to make that milestone happen, because we've got to see this action, because as some may say, this has never happened before. But we got to make it happen.
We gotta make it happen.
Let's do a Q up. Do you Q or up?
I'm going to call Q side.
All right, here we go. Q! All right, Q, we got Q. Amazing. So I have another question for you. Are games actually random?
Okay, so that's a little bit of the secret, right? Is that technically games are not truly random. They use a program to generate their randomness, right? So they will typically have an initial condition, a seed for the random number generator, that then does a bunch of math to spit out a set of numbers that look random, emphasis look random,
Yeah.
that will do good enough for calculations that the game can actually do, because generating truly random numbers is really, really difficult. But something looking random and something actually being random aren't the same thing.
Right.
Going back to our poor dear Railcoon, who my heart goes out to, missing 499% hits in a row is absolutely, truly random. But they're games that understand how bad it feels to do that and will even, like, fudge their odds a little bit. So they display one number to the player, but then they have a secret internal number. Fire Emblem games are very famous for doing this, where they will actually make high odds even higher and low odds even lower, so that it feels good to the player, because gamers hate pure randomness. And they love when things actually work. Not me, though. I'm built different. IRL Q Up, $80,000, chat. I believe in you.
I love, but you know what's definitely not going to be random or chance? How awesome the next run is going to be.
I am so excited for Groove Coaster. Asuka has been absolutely killing it, and the encore set list for that open right now. I am so excited to jam out to on the custom machine, the rig that she's got. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, awesome. So chat, that has been our time with the perception of probability. Thank you, Dr. Quack.
Thank you, Dr. Hexadecimal. 4 of spades.
Wow.
Hello everyone. My name is Selkuthmai, but you can call me Sel, and I am so excited to be here for the first time as a host at Frost Fatales 2026 in support of the National Women's Law Center. Now, we had a fantastic MuseDash showcase. Y'all put in so much work to unlock that Master 11 bonus song. That was so great, but we do have another incentive for more Rhythm Block. I want more Rhythm Block. I'm sure all of you do as well. This is going to be an encore set for Groove Coaster YY Party coming up very shortly. We need to raise $2,000 total. So I encourage you to get your donations prepped, make sure that they're being put towards that incentive, just like this $10 donation from Greta Ice Vixen. I adore our little games committee Rhythm Block here so much. I am so proud of both Soulmass and Asuka, and it is a treat to work with and know you. Thank you for everything always. Also, I love Hatsune Miku, lol. Thank you so much for that donation, and thank you to everyone who has donated so far. All of your donations, of course, are going to the National Women's Law Center. And in 2025, the National Women's Law Center deployed the power of the law by challenging attacks on gender justice in the courts, while laying the groundwork to build a future in which all women, girls,